When I was losing 100 pounds in my weight loss journey, and now I'm 190 pounds, the biggest I ever been was 300. One thing that I realized is that it's not just about losing weight, it's a mental battle. And just as fast as you can lose the weight is as fast as you can gain it. So in this video, we're going to be going over the sustainable weight loss. And also, I'm going to give you guys a fast way to lose weight, simply because, yeah, sustainable weight loss is cool, but I know some of you want to lose weight in the next 2 weeks. And I know how it feels to be that guy. So I'll give you a couple hacks to be able to lose at least 10 pounds in the next 2 weeks. And if you're this type of person, this isn't for everyone. Just a disclaimer there. This isn't for everyone. I'm just going to be sharing what I did to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. So see if it works for you. Let's get into it. So, the psychology behind weight loss struggles. Weight loss is a complex journey that goes far beyond calorie counting. It's not just about calorie counting. If you're just focused on like, oh, calories in, calories out, okay, yeah, you're going to lose the psychological battle. Because obviously, if you just eat less and move more, you'll lose weight. But if everyone knows that fact, why are 80% of America obese? Because it's psychological factors that often determine the long term success more than any diet or exercise program. Understanding these hidden barriers is the first step toward breaking through plateaus and creating sustainable change. Self sabotage, your invisible enemy. Why we undermine our own progress. Self sabotage occurs when unconscious beliefs conflict with conscious goals. Even as you strive for weight loss, part of you may be working against these efforts, creating obstacles that prevent success, reverting to comfortable habits during stress, unconsciously protecting against disappointment. This can look like, oh, I don't know which kind of workout I should do at the gym, so I'm just not going to go to the gym. I'm going to go when I get the perfect plan. Oh, it's the 27th, so I'm going to wait till the 1st. And these are the little things that prevent you from success. But these are all psychological. Your invisible enemy. You self sabotage yourself. Emotional eating, using food as a comfort. Stress relief, using food to cope with daily pressures and anxiety, creating temporary calm but long term problems. A lot of people don't even understand that when they're stress eating, that you don't know that you're stress eating. You're just using it to cope. Sometimes people use it as emotional comfort, seeking comfort in familiar foods that provide a sense of security or nostalgia. Uh, Celebration and reward, using food as a primary reward system, reinforcing unhealthy associations. Boredom eating. A lot of times, let's say if you're bored and you're consuming food to fill the time or distract yourself from emptiness rather than actual hunger. For me, I usually get caught in boredom eating when I'm watching TV because it's easy to get caught in that. And you stop counting calories for sure when you're eating TV, watching TV, excuse me. The self worth connection. Why feeling undeserving blocks progress. Many people unconsciously believe they don't deserve health, happiness, or a body they love. This belief creates a powerful barrier to sustainable weight loss. I believe that people that are watching right now, I don't think that you guys believe this about yourself. I believe that all of you know that you can truthfully be the healthiest, the happiest, and have a body that you desire. If you don't believe that, okay, but I'm just saying that. I believe that the people that are watching this, you guys, and if you're a girl as well, you too, you believe that it's a version of you that you're not yet. And if you believe that, well, you're right, because it's always going to be a version of you that you haven't reached. And it's your job to meet that version of you. And if not, you'll just never know what it was like to max out yourself. And I don't know about you, but I just personally don't want to die without knowing what it was like to max out that current version of me. When we feel unworthy, we may sabotage progress when we're getting closer to our goals, things like that, and you also accept less than optimal health and just how it is. Facing our fears, failure, and judgment. Fear of failure. The anticipation of not achieving desired results can be paralyzing. Many people avoid starting because they've experienced disappointment before. What if I can't do it again? What's the point of trying? Fear of judgment, concern about how others perceive our bodies, efforts, and struggles. These can prevent public activities like going to the gym, attending any other type of support group that you have. And if you have this mindset, such as like everyone will notice if I fail, or they'll think I'm weak or undisciplined, things like that, those are you're facing fears that you need to face on your own because it's limiting beliefs. Okay, so breaking that all or nothing mindset, the perfectionist trap. This can also be applied to business as well. So if you have the perfectionist trap, like, oh, I have to make sure my YouTube video is perfect before I post it, or I got to make sure my VSL is perfect, or I got to make sure the opt-in page, whatever it is, you have to make sure it's perfect. That's the perfectionist trap. Having that all or nothing thinking, creating like a fragile approach to weight loss where one bad meal means the entire day is ruined. And if you eat some cookies, you be like, oh, I might as well just eat the next thing. Missing one workout doesn't mean you failed the whole program. Not losing weight for a week doesn't mean nothing is working. So um, it's just very important that you remember these things. And the thinking pattern creates cycles of extreme restriction followed by abandonment of healthy habits. I don't like sustaining diets too long. I just believe in eating healthy and being a modest healthy eater. Being a person that's 80-20. Like 80% of the time I'm eating healthy, 20% of the time I eat what I want. That works for me. You do whatever you works for you. But my personal opinion, I lost 100 pounds and 80-20 was the best way to do it. The comparison trap. Comparison is a thief of joy, Theodore Roosevelt. Social media and fitness marketing creates unrealistic expectations. This one I'm real passionate about because when I was losing weight, I truthfully thought I was going to look like a crazy monster at the end of my physique training. But in reality, most of these people, 99% of them have steroids in their system, which is why they look the way they do. And even the people that look good, they still intensify their results by putting certain things on their body. I'm not going to tell their enhancements, but they'll just put things on their body to make sure they look better than what they normally do. Certain lighting, certain tricks. I try to stay away from that because obviously I'm not trying to attract the wrong crowd based off of a facade. I'm actually attracting people who are focused on not only changing their body but their mind as well. And I'm catering specifically towards entrepreneurs, someone who's trying to build not only their body but their business as well. What success looks like across different body types. That's something that you should be really focused on because if you are 250 and you want to be 200 and you lose 40 pounds, that might look better on you than losing 70 pounds. So someone else, they might be 225 and they look more ripped and they don't have to lose the whole 225. They just only needed to lose 25 pounds because they look better on their body. So, and it depends on height, depends on everything. The reality behind transformation photos too. This is a love hate relationship because man, you can. I have a transformation photo from like 5 years ago, so I use that to this day. Of course, if I show that, obviously people are gonna think that it was in like a 6 months or 3 months, but they don't know when it happened. So the reality behind that is like track your own pictures. Motivation, why it fades, and how to sustain it. Initial enthusiasm, high motivation at the beginning of a new program, fueled by hope and novelty. When someone comes to the program that I work with, I don't like to necessarily bombard them, but that is the most motivated that you're going to be in the journey. And the fall off is going to happen when you become less motivated towards it. I have a client who, as soon as his payment subscription was up, his motivation for the gym was up too. And it's not going to be like that for everyone, but sometimes when you have something keeping you accountable, that's the only thing that's keeping you accountable as well. You also are going to need a reality check. This is like challenges that make you uncomfortable. Like slower results than expected is going to happen. If you're taking pictures every day versus every week versus every month, you're going to see different progress. I do daily. Sometimes if I forget, weekly will catch up. Let's say if you get 3 photos in a week, that's still better than doing monthly because it's going to be too far of a gap between seeing your progress. If I take a picture on day one and then look at my day 13 picture, I can see results clearly versus you take a picture once every week and it's 4 pictures for the month. It's very hard for you to see progress like that, at least not until the end of the month. So motivation dip. Initial excitement is going to fade. So you need to run off motivation and discipline, requiring both. So if you're using a infinity ring with motivation and discipline, then it'll work well. But if you're just using motivation, then it's not going to sustain you. Having good practice, transitioning from motivation to dependent habits. This is super good. If you have a habit tracker that works well, I like habit tracking, but being consistent with the habit tracker is really going to take you over the edge. The impact of past trauma. Unresolved trauma can create profound barriers to weight loss through using weight as an unconscious protection, stress responses triggering inflammation, emotional regulation through food, difficulty establishing healthy boundaries. For many, sustainable weight loss requires addressing these deeper emotional patterns with professional support. Negative body image, breaking the cycle, body criticism. Constant negative self talk about appearance creates stress and shame. Emotional response, shame triggers stress hormones and negative emotions. Coping behaviors, turning the food that you are eating, and avoiding health promoting activities due to discomfort, physical impact, weight changes, or health issues that reinforce negative body image. So that, and let's explain some of those, especially that last one. That can look like your pants are too tight on you now. That's reinforcing the fact that you're gaining weight. Biological challenges beyond willpower. Metabolism myths and realities. Metabolic rate varies between individuals. Previous dieting can impact current metabolism. If you had a bad diet before, sometimes it can affect your current diet because your metabolism will be different. Age related changes affect caloric needs. Thyroid function affects energy regulation. Insulin resistance changes fat storage, and sex hormones impact fat distribution. Genetics, working with your blueprint. Understanding genetic influence without surrender. Genetics influence but don't determine your weight loss journey. Body type and fat distribution patterns, hunger and satiety signaling, response to different exercise types, nutrient processing, and metabolism. Success comes from working with your genetic tendencies rather than fighting against them. Craving and food addiction. Trigger foods. Highly processed foods are definitely trigger foods, and you should also focus on withdrawals, physical and emotional discomfort when changing eating patterns. I personally don't like not eating candy or sweets when I'm about to go on a diet because I need to like at least get the last of it. I try to eat as much bad things as I can before I go on a strict diet so I don't feel like I miss it. That's just what I do. You do what you do that works for you. Reward response. Find something that works to reward you. For me, it's just knowing what the result is of what I know my body can be at the end of it and the rewards that come with it. There's a dopamine that releases when you have this pleasurable outcome that you're attaching to it. These feelings become similar and addictive. Neural adaptation, brain pathways strengthen, requiring more food for the same reward. The gut weight connection, how gut health impacts weight management. There's a gut bacteria influence hunger hormones and cravings. Inflammation from poor gut health disrupts weight regulation. So, if you have inflammation from poor gut health, that will change how your weight on the scale looks. Sometimes you may get on the scale and it says one thing, and then the next day it's like way up. That just comes from inflammation from poor gut health. Digestive efficiency determines nutrient absorption. Sleep, the forgotten weight loss essential. Calorie increase. Average increase in calorie consumption after poor sleep, 15%. Fat loss reduction, decrease in fat loss with adequate calorie restriction, but poor sleep is around 20%. Insulin sensitivity, reduction for insulin sensitivity after just one night of sleep deprivation is 50%. Chronic stress, the cortisol connection, how stress hormones sabotage weight loss. Chronic stress creates psychological conditions that resist weight loss, increased abdominal fat storage, elevated blood sugar, and insulin resistance. It also reduces recovery from exercise and disrupted hunger and fullness signals. The yo-yo dieting trap. Restrictive diet. Then there's the initial weight loss where you get rapid results, including water, muscle, and some fat loss. Then you have the rebound effect when you return to normal eating with metabolic suppression causing rapid regain. And then the cycle repeats. Preserving muscle. The metabolic engine. Why muscle loss sabotages long-term success. Muscle tissues burn more calories than fat tissue. Rapid weight loss often sacrifices muscle mass. Lower muscle mass reduces daily caloric needs. Strength is essential for daily function and longevity. Building your sustainable weight loss strategy. Address both psychology and biology. Sustainable weight loss requires with both mind and body. Focus on habits, not results. Build consistent daily actions that support health regardless of the scale. Play the long game. True transformation takes time. Plan for a marathon rather than just a sprint.